is Colleen Lemma, Starseed Astrologer and Spiritual Messenger from SacredSoulEmpowerment.com. Here to do your monthly angel card reading for October 2019. For this month's monthly reading, we'll be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland for the main message for everyone. We also have a couple of cards to show you from the Sirian Starseed Tarot deck by Patricia Corey and Alyssa Bartha. And your special message card this month, depending on your stone of choice, will be coming from the Archangel deck by Radley Valentine. So let's start by looking at your stones of choice for the month. The first stone of choice is this beautiful mahogany obsidian. Now, we think of obsidian, which is the black stone, the dark black stone, and the obsidian is a great and powerful stone for protection, absorbing negative energies, clearing ourselves from our shadow sides, subconscious patterns and energies. And with this brown color in here, which is why they call it mahogany obsidian, the mahogany obsidian has similar qualities to the obsidian, but it's going to be in a little bit more gentle form. So let's think about transmuting lower vibrational energies or rising above old subconscious patterns, but having it be done in a more gentle way, or looking at the shadow side of our personality, of our emotions, of our thoughts, of our belief systems, but allowing that transformation, again, to be done in a little bit easier kind of manners. This is also a stone of grounding. It helps to ground and focus your energies. And it can also be a stone of manifestation, those darker stones relating to root chakra energy. Now, root chakra we think of as red, but the brown stones, the dark black stones, the gray stones, they are all very grounding and assist in some way with manifestation qualities. So this is, again, the mahogany obsidian. All right, the second stone of choice, and it's very heavy, so I have to use both hands here. This is a lapis lazuli sphere. Now, I love this one because it almost looks like it has a third eye here or a portal to another dimension. And in fact, the lapis lazuli is a stone that relates to the third eye chakra, our psychic senses and perceptions, our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, and all of those psychic abilities. This was revered in Egyptian times. It's this dark blue, kind of midnight blue stone, and it's got these little gold sparkles in it, little gold sparkles, which remind you of the night sky, the stars of the night sky. So this can, again, be helpful in not only assisting us with our psychic abilities or fine-tuning those psychic abilities or increasing those psychic abilities. I'm also going to say that it can relate to the throat chakra. We sometimes think of the throat chakra as a little bit of a more turquoise blue color, but think of this also as an ability to channel information from the higher dimensions. Okay, and then our last stone of choice is this beautiful selenite wand. And selenite, to me, relates to our crown chakra. We think of crown chakra as that amethyst colored purple ball of light there at the crown, but it can also be seen as white light as well. And so this is going to be great for claircognizance, or opening up that crown chakra to higher vision, higher wisdom, higher knowledge. And it helps us to get connected to, I was going to say attached, it helps us to get connected to our past lives as well as our future lives. So if you're needing to connect to, let's say, the Akashic Records, your Akashic Records, previous lifetimes, gifts, talents, and abilities, or again, looking at some subconscious patterns that may need to be transcended, then this might be the stone of choice for you. So again, those stones of choice are the mahogany obsidian, the lapis lazuli sphere, or the selenite wand. So let's talk about the month of October. I want to back up just a little bit and talk about the very end of September. And if you haven't watched my monthly angel card reading for the month of September, you might want to go back and review that as well, because it was a very important and powerful month. We had a full moon in Pisces, which is the last sign of the zodiac, signaling some time of completion, a completion phase on our karmic journey or cycle. And the month of September Also related in the tarot deck to Major Arcana 21. And it'll tell you in that video how I get to that. But as far as it vibrating to Major Arcana 21, that's the last Major Arcana in the tarot deck, which relates to the World card. Also a card that signals a time of completion of the soul's journey through the tarot deck. So September was a hugely powerful month for wrapping things up, releasing, letting go, healing, maybe walking away from situations, circumstances, or at the very least releasing subconscious patterns or energies from the past that no longer served our best and highest interest. So that brings us forward to the month of October, and my angels and guides are reminding me to remind you that also right before the new moon that we had on September 28th, which was at the end of the month, and new moons are about new beginnings, right on the new moon on September 28th, Saturn, the Lord of Karma, the teacher of responsibility and karmic lessons, the planet that rules the past, was connecting to the South Node in Capricorn. And the South Node is about our past and past lives. So we had the planet that rules karma and past lives connecting to the South Node, which also rules past lives. They had been traveling together since about April, May of this year, kind of bringing us back, or if you want to say sucking us back into the past of situations, circumstances, relationships, and or patterns that we needed to understand or become aware of. And so again, as we completed all that in the month of September, we now move to October. So October in and of itself is like a new beginning after that completion phase. And when we look at the numerological vibration of the month of October, and just as we figure out any numerological vibration for any month, we take the universal year vibration, in this case the universal year vibration of 2019, which is a 12 when you add those numbers together, and you add that to the month in question. So if we take the 12 universal year vibration and add it to the month of October, October being the 10th month, we get the number 22. Now 22 is a master number in numerology. It signifies the master builder. This is the master builder and the master manifester. And master number 22 is a high vibrational number. And it does relate a lot with our intuitive ability of claircognizance, our ability to just know something to be right and true for us. And they take that vision, they take that intuition, they take that claircognizance awareness, and they bring it down into manifestation, into manifested form on the earth plane in some way. And that's because when we add the 2 and the 2 together, 22, we add those 2 digits together, we get the number 4. And the number 4 is a number of manifestation. It's a number of being solid. It's about form. It's about structure. It's about restructuring and building something solid and long-lasting. Which brings us also to the idea of the month of October not only being a 22-month vibration, but a 4 vibration as well. I also want to say that the number 22 as a master number can be very hard to move through. If somebody has that in their numerology makeup, it's a very, again, high vibrational number. The soul has been here many lifetimes. It comes in with this master builder, master manifester kind of energy, but they deal a lot with some karmic challenges. And a lot of those karmic challenges revolve around relationships with other people because, again, the number 2, 22, the number 2 deals with relationship matters. So there can be a lot of karma with relationship matters, a lot of karma dealing with the negative idea of what the number 4 is about, which can sometimes get depressed or stuck in a rut or too focused on the conservative or the third dimensional reality and not be able to see outside the box. In fact, a box has 4 corners, so it does relate to that idea of being able to kind of look outside the box. You know, a box is very solid. It sits solidly on the ground, which is why the number 4 is a number of solid foundation or restructuring or having this groundedness beneath our feet. But the negative side of the number 4, just as there's a negative side, if you want to call it that, to any number, sometimes I like to say less than positive. The less than positive energy of the number 4 is getting caught up in the third dimensional realm too much, getting stuck, placing too much importance on things of the third dimensional realm, and not being flexible enough, again, to think outside the box or move directions or change directions or look at other possibilities and opportunities. So let's talk about the numerology of the month of October, 22/4, from a tarot perspective, because I always like to do that. So if we look at Major Arcana number 4 in the traditional tarot, it's known as the Emperor card, right? In the Sirian Starseed Tarot, it is called Reason. So if you think about what this month of October is going to be about from this 4 perspective, this 4 numerology vibration, it's all about, again, using your logic, using your logical mind, using reason as you move forward, using the thoughts and ideas and wisdom that you've gained from the weeks, the months, the years past. Again, this is the Emperor card. So there's this energy or image of an authority figure. The Emperor is an authority. The Emperor is the king. The Emperor is in charge. And so this is about taking charge, taking responsibility in your life to move forward with logic and reason to the next step of restructuring your path or restructuring your life, bringing something again into manifestation for yourself. Now with the Emperor, with the number 4, numerologically, there's an element of patience because again, we're dealing with the third dimensional realm and third dimensional timing. So it's very important to stay determined and stay persistent and take things step by step and pay attention to details and not get overly frustrated when things aren't happening in a quick manner, if you will. So if we look at the image on this card, you know, the Emperor, you know, he's not without his own magical abilities here. You know, he's got some sort of a talisman here that he's using. So he's kind of using his sense of logic and the mental realm, if you will, his analyzing capabilities, his reason, and he's kind of merging that with his own magic talisman. And he, you know, he's not necessarily the most psychic of the Major Arcana in the tarot, but again, he's got this ability to use reason and logic in such a way that it creates magic, if you will, if he's utilizing it in the proper manner. There was something else that came to my mind, and I'm going to ask that they bring that back to me, but just know that he's using this talisman. Oh, I know what it was. It was about the manifestation. You know, there is a magic involved with manifestation. It's like visualization manifestation, right? So the Emperor has this ability to manifest things, and therein lies his ability with the magic of the spiritual realm, the magical use of his talisman. Now, is there a Major Arcana number 22? No, there's not, because last month, again, September, it was Major Arcana 21, the World, the last of the Major Arcana cards. However, within some numerology information, there is a thought that Major Arcana 22 is really Major Arcana 0. Because think about that for a minute. The Fool card. The Fool is Major Arcana 0. It's not 1 because the first Major Arcana is the Magician. But remember, we have the Fool card. The Fool card is 0. In numerology, we are never going to be able to add any 2 numbers together and reduce them down to a single digit and get 0. It's going to be impossible. Okay, it's never going to be 0. So, in some literature that teaches numerology, that likens it to the tarot deck, the Major Arcana of the tarot, we get that the number 22, which is again a master number, a powerful number of manifestation and claircognizance ability. Remember again, claircognizance, using reason, using logic, but at a higher level. That's the highest aspect of that Emperor card. But if we think about the 22 Major Arcana as being really the 0 Major Arcana, the Fool card, taking a step into a new beginning. Because if September was a month of completion, that means October has to be some sort of a new beginning on some level. So in this particular deck, the Sirian Starseed Tarot, they label the Fool card the Starseed. The Starseed is this meteor, asteroid. It's a starseed. It's the soul that's coming down into manifestation, but it hasn't hit the earth plane yet. Okay, once it hits the earth plane, it then starts to move into a manifested 3D form. But here we have this starseed, which is pure potential, this pure potential of the starseed. Or in the Fool card terms, the Fool card is taking a step forward onto a new path, or leaping off the cliff with faith and trust that there's something beneath his feet, or there's something that lies ahead of him, or that he's moving in the right direction. The Fool card the Fool doesn't know if he's moving in the right direction or taking the right step or making the right decision. So there's a similar feeling here with the Starseed card, since it relates to the Fool card. The month of October, Major Arcana 22, or 0, if you will. So you can look at it as the number 4, the Emperor or Reason, but we can also look at it again as the Fool card, this new beginning, but having to have faith and trust in what that new beginning is, because we may not know based on what the endings and the releasing was all about of September. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the major aspects astrologically. So rather than looking at every single aspect, which would make the video too long, I look at what is most important here. And I have to say, we start out pretty powerfully. We start out on the 3rd of October with Pluto, the planet of power, control, death and rebirth, transformation and change, and transmutation as well. And Pluto is going stationary direct on the 3rd at 20 degrees of Capricorn. So because Pluto is such a slow-moving planet, you're going to really feel this retrograde motion, or this turning, I should say turning to direct motion, because it's already retrograde. It's turning from retrograde to direct motion. We're going to feel the intensification of Pluto's energy on and around the 3rd, a day or two before, maybe a day or two after. But this is when its potency is the strongest or the greatest. Now again, Pluto rules those things that I mentioned: power, control, transformation, change, regeneration, death, rebirth, transmutation. And all of those things are going to be highlighted and intensified at the beginning of the month. And not only is that happening, but Pluto in astrology is the modern planetary ruler of the sign Scorpio. And we're soon moving into Scorpio season. In fact, we're going to, in this month of October, have 3 planets moving out of Libra and into Scorpio for this month. So we're moving into that Scorpio realm of looking at the shadow side, of dealing with our own inner shadow, of transforming ourselves, of transmuting old lower vibrational subconscious patterns or karma or difficulties from this and previous lifetimes. So, and also about empowerment, Pluto ruling power. So this is definitely about our sense of empowerment, owning our power, standing in our power, taking it back if we've given it away. And we can give it away not only to people or situations and circumstances, but we can give our power away to our own thoughts and belief systems. So this is going to be a time where we're taking back our power in many different ways. And throughout the month of October, Venus, the divine feminine planet that rules relationships, is going to be challenging Pluto. Mercury is going to be challenging Pluto. I believe the sun will be challenging Pluto, or the sun actually might challenge Pluto as we move into November. But we're going to have these planets that are doing that dance, so to speak, with Pluto. Now, on the 3rd also, along with Pluto turning stationary direct, we have Mercury moving into the sign of Scorpio. Mercury rules the mental realm, our thoughts, our ideas, our communications, communication style. And Mercury ruling the mind, and Scorpio is this very deep and intense sign. Our thoughts become much deeper, our ideas are more intuited, Scorpio rules clairsentience, this psychic ability of just having a feeling or sensing something. Scorpio is very good at sensing something, an energy that might be off or an energy that might be right. They have this sense about it. They feel the energies. So as Mercury is moving into Scorpio, we feel whether our ideas are right or not. We have these, again, these deep, intense thoughts. Our communications maybe are more direct or even more intense as well. Scorpio also rules other people's finances, other people's personal resources. It rules psychology. It rules the metaphysical world. It rules death and rebirth, both literal and figuratively speaking. So all of these things are going to be intensified in the Mercury sort of way, again, on the mental realm. On the 4th, the very next day, Mars is moving out of Virgo and into Libra. So Mars is lagging behind a little bit from some of the other planets. It's just now moving into Libra when a lot of these planets that have been in Libra, Mercury, Sun, and Venus, are moving out of Libra and now into Scorpio. But Mars is moving into Libra now, and Mars is the planet of energy and action and forward movement. He's considered the warrior planet. He's got this warrior, assertive kind of nature to him. And he's moving into the peacemaking sign, so he's not really comfortable there. He's moving in the sign of relationships, partnerships, wanting to stay in a place of balance, having equality in life. Again, Libra doesn't like to rock the boat. Libra likes everything to be peaceful and wonderful between everybody. And Mars is coming in as the warrior and moving into that sign. So there might be a little bit of tug of war with those energies, especially again in relationship matters. This could activate, though, something new or different in a partnership or in a relationship, whether it be romantic, business, friendship, or family. Now, Mars is going to be in Libra for the next few weeks. For the rest of October, definitely, it's in that sign of Libra. It moves out of Libra sometime in November and will, move into Scorpio, but we'll talk about that next month. Now on the 8th, Venus is moving into Scorpio. So we had Mercury going into Scorpio on the 4th. We have Venus, the planet of love, relationships, money, and finances, moving into Scorpio on the 8th of October. Now, Venus, by herself, she rules 2 signs of the zodiac. She rules Libra, where she just came out of, but she also rules the sign of Taurus, which is a money sign, a sign of personal resources. And as she's moving into Scorpio, Scorpio is the opposite sign of Taurus. So Scorpio also rules money, finances, and resources, but usually it's other people's money and resources, whether the other people are family or friends or organizations or the government. But Venus in Scorpio now, for the rest of this month of October, is going to highlight most likely personal resources as well as our sense of power, the divine feminine power in the collective on the planet, because again, Scorpio rules that sense of power. There may be some power and control issues throughout the month as we're transitioning into this Scorpio energy. But Venus, again, is this feminine planet, and she wants to feel empowered or take her power back. Remember, Scorpio rules the shadow side as well, and because Venus also does rule relationships, as well as money and finances, there might be some belief systems within us, our shadow side, that we are needing to focus on and move through. So, subconscious patterns regarding relationships or subconscious patterns regarding money and finances that are more from our fear side, anxiety side, which is what we call the shadow side, the ego side of our personality that goes into fear and anxiety. So we are definitely here to empower ourselves within these situations, circumstances, relationships, thoughts, belief systems, okay? And then we have a full moon at 20 degrees Aries on the 13th of October. Okay, this full moon in Aries is making a positive connection to Jupiter in Sagittarius. Jupiter likes to expand the energies. Whenever we have a full moon, the full moon heightens our emotional responses. And Aries is an emotionally reactive sign anyway. Aries is the sign of the self, and Aries is naturally ruled by the planet Mars, which is the warrior. So Aries energy is a little bit more reactive that full moon, as it's growing and increasing people's emotional responses, it's increasing our knee-jerk emotional response mechanism. Okay, so we might be hugely more emotionally reactive as this full moon is growing. And with the connection to Jupiter and how Jupiter likes to expand energies and make things bigger, it's also going to add that element of intensity or expansion of the emotional reactions. The full moon also makes a challenging aspect to Pluto. And remember, Pluto just recently went to direct motion. He's at a standstill. He's not moving very fast. He deals with power and control and transformation and big changes in our lives. So it's going to be a powerful full moon for sure. Now, let's fast forward to the 23rd when the sun moves in Scorpio. So now we have Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, the sun in Scorpio. The sun rules our sense of identity, our sense of self, our personality. Now we're heavily into the Scorpio realm by the 23rd with 3 planets there. We have a new moon on the 27th, and this new moon on the 27th is opposing Uranus. But before I talk about that, right before the new moon, in what's called that dark of the moon phase, which can be very challenging in and of itself, dealing with a lot of healing, an inner kind of process of healing and reflection that we're going through. In that dark of the moon, right before the new moon, Mars, the warrior, is challenging Saturn, the planet that rules karma, responsibility, limitation, restriction, and that sense of needing patience, okay? So Mars wants to move full steam ahead, and Saturn says, no, you're going to wait, things aren't going to move. We're in the dark of the moon, which brings up subconscious shadow patterns and a huge healing on a subconscious level that we're going through. Then we have the new moon at 4 degrees Scorpio, so it's an intense sign anyway. Scorpio is always intense, whether it's full moon or new moon. Okay, we already have all these planets in Scorpio, so it's going to be even a powerful new moon on an inner soul healing level. Now, not to mention that this new moon is opposing Uranus. Uranus is this planet of sudden and unexpected changes, redirections. It rules freedom. It rules strange and unusual happenings or energies. And Uranus is in Taurus, the opposite sign, obviously, of Scorpio. And remember, Taurus rules money matters and personal resources as well. So there definitely may be something happening within our financial circumstances and situations with our money, with our finances, and how that's connected to our partners or other people's money and finances as well. And then on the last day of the month, the 31st of the month, we have Mercury going to retrograde motion at 27 degrees of Scorpio. So not only is Mercury going to be retrograde in Scorpio, but it's going to be in Scorpio for a much longer time than he usually spends in any particular sign. Usually Mercury is in a sign for about 3 weeks, but because he is going retrograde, and he's going to retrograde all the way back to 11 degrees of Scorpio, he doesn't turn direct until November 20th at 11 degrees Scorpio, which puts us all the way into December before he moves back through the rest of Scorpio and out of Scorpio and into Sagittarius. So basically, from the time he goes into Scorpio on October 3rd and finally exits Scorpio after his retrograde motion sometime in December, he spends quite a while there, giving us time to review, redo, understand, research. It's really good for researching, for sure. Scorpio likes to research anyway. So Mercury retrograde in Scorpio is really going to want to go in and dot all the I's and cross all the T's and understand every little nuance that it can. It's really good also for increasing our clairsentience, psychic ability. Remember, Scorpio is this feeling, this sensing of energies, and again, dealing a lot with the shadow side energies. So the shadow side of our mind, how we're thinking, how we are believing about something. And so it's going to be a powerful month. Not to mention also, I want to say that on the last day, the 31st of October, Venus will be in the last degree of Scorpio. So as of November 1st, she's moving into the sign of Sagittarius. So that last degree of a sign, no matter what sign it is, when a planet is at the very first degree of a sign and the very last degree of a sign, it's a very powerful and potent energy for that planet in whatever sign, whatever lens it's operating through. So Venus here at the last degree of Scorpio on the last day of October is bringing this powerful punch to this divine feminine sense of empowerment, if you will. Not to mention perhaps something with money and finances. So that's a little bit about the astrology. So let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from the Psychic Tarot for the month. Now, those of you that watch my videos know that I usually try to stick to 3 cards for the weekly readings, 3 cards for the monthly readings. Occasionally there's more cards that come out. This is one of those times. The first card came out as 2 cards, so we'll look at the first of those 2 cards. And it is the third eye chakra, which is interesting because we were talking about psychic abilities, right? And the lapis even had that third eye kind of, portal of energy in it and deals with the third eye. So this is about our psychic perceptions, our clairvoyance, our clairaudience, our clairsentience, our claircognizance. All of those psychic abilities are being highlighted now for the month of October, asking us to really pay attention to what we're feeling, what we're seeing, what we're hearing, what we're thinking on a higher level, or what we're knowing on a higher level, what our gut is telling us, okay? You could do some meditations to open up your third eye. You can use stones like the lapis lazuli or like azurite, which is also a dark blue stone, in your meditations by placing them maybe on your third eye. Maybe you're wearing them or carrying them or holding them. That can help you with opening up that third eye to higher perception. Now, you want to make sure I'm getting that when you're doing these meditations or, trying to open up the third eye, that you're first surrounding yourself in a protective white light, calling in Archangel Michael to pull all cords of energy between you and other people, situations, circumstances, clearing you. Archangel Michael and Archangel Raphael can help to clear your energy bodies of lower vibrational energies or attachments, because you want to be free and clear when you're opening up your third eye, when you're doing this kind of psychic development work. You want to be free and clear of lower energies. And because Scorpio is a sign of the zodiac that sometimes has a tendency to attract the shadow, attract more of the darker things in life, if you will. That's why it makes it even much more important that when you're working with your third eye energy, that you want to make sure that you're in the highest vibrational state possible, that you're free and clear of any fear, anxieties, or lower energies of any kind. Now let's take a look at the second card, the one that came out with this card. Okay, interesting because it's Major Arcana 2. In this deck it's called Intuition, which we were just talking about. In the traditional tarot it's called the Priestess card. And the Priestess card is a powerful, divine, feminine energy. She's the priestess and she's powerful and she's magical and she has this power of manifestation, like Master number 22 has that power of manifestation. She uses her psychic, intuitive, and healing abilities to make things happen. So here again, we have the intuition, the third eye, and the intuition, the power of the priestess to make things happen. And I'm getting the message too that we're using our third eye to visualize what it is that we want to empower. Because the priestess, again, is such a powerful energy. So we want to visualize with our third eye, see with our third eye, imagine with the third eye what it is that you want to bring into manifestation, Master number 22, and empower that vision, okay, the priestess, the powerful priestess, and all this Scorpio energy. So use your intuition wisely, visualize what you want, and empower it into manifestation here. Here she's scrying into some kind of a device, if you will. It looks like a board, a round board, but it looks like the universe in there, the universe with all the stars. It's like she's scrying into the heavens. She's empowering herself by connecting with the heavens, the planetary energies, the universal intelligence of Source God, all that is. And she's using her power wisely. This is about using your power wisely, empowering other people, and also, of course, empowering yourself, but using it for the benefit of all, okay? As I'm sure all of you are. There's also a door back here in the background, so I feel like, you know, we're moving through a doorway again, through this doorway of new energies, new directions, new opportunities, new beginnings here. And it all comes from the power of visualizing what it is that you desire from the most highest and positive state possible. Let's take a look at the second card, really the third card here in this reading. Okay, it's another powerful card, and it actually is the power card. This is in this deck number 8, or Major Arcana 8. In the traditional tarot, it's the Strength card, as I'm sure some of you have guessed, with this half man, half lion energy. The Strength card is often seen as a human being with a lion. And the lion represents courage and strength and authority. But remember, the lion is not only a powerful animal, okay? It is a powerful animal with this, again, confidence, leadership kind of, you know, ability. The male lions here have this kind of leadership kind of energy to them. But they're also gentle. Think about the lion. Think about all the cats. Well, maybe not all the cats, but our domestic cat and lions too. I mean, a lot of the bigger cats have a playful nature. They have a gentle, playful nature. They have this inner childlike, I want to play and have fun kind of energy, okay? So not only is this a powerful, take charge, take my power back, own my authority, make things happen energy, but it's also about having a lightness, having fun, being gentle with yourself and gentle with other people as you're being powerful. You can be both powerful and gentle at the same time, and that's actually the best approach. We have the powerful lion, and hopefully here we have the gentle, grounded human being, and we're merging those two. You can see that we're merging this energy. We're merging into our power, okay? We're merging into our power here. The number 8 numerologically deals with things like power and career and life path and being your own authority and finances and money. So again, we have that indication with what we already said regarding the astrology of the month. And the last card here, okay, another what we call Major Arcana card. It's number 13. In this deck, it's called Transformation. In the traditional tarot deck, this would be known as the Death card. Now, the Death card isn't necessarily about literal death, although it can sometimes signify that. But this can also be a figurative death. This is about a death and then a rebirth, some sort of figurative clearing that we're going through, an evolution, again, a transformation that we're going through here. In numerology, the number 13 is a karmic number, dealing with this karmic feeling of being held back, restricted. It's about going through a transformation. The number 13 is considered a sacred number by the ancients, and it is about transforming energies, transforming yourself, transforming the situations that you're in, transmuting lower vibrational energies, rising above by transcending those lower vibrational energies. And we have this woman here, and she's got wings. I don't know if she's an angel or a fairy, but think about transmuting and then transcending. To me, we're going in, we're going within. This number 13 is a very kind of internal transformation energy number, but then we're transforming it. We're transforming it and transcending, and we're rising above. The wings are carrying her higher. So again, we have the death and then the rebirth. So look at this as a death and rebirth kind of experience going on. She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look sad. She doesn't look fearful. She's got an interesting look on her face, but I don't know that I can place any particular emotion to it. I don't feel like she's in a place of fear. It's almost like she's in a state of, to me, I feel like she's looking ahead and saying, wow, this is what's happening. It's almost like this state of higher awareness, like, wow, this is what's happening around me. This is what's happening within me. This is where I'm going in my life. And I'm transforming and transcending a lot of energies going through, again, this huge death and rebirth energy. Now, I feel like this month, this month's reading with the cards is definitely showing, it's highlighting the themes, there's like all these major arcana cards and highlighting the themes for the month of October. One theme is about our own intuitive and psychic abilities. One theme is about our sense of power and empowerment. And then another theme is about this death and rebirth and transformation that we're going through. So very, very powerful month. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the special message card for you from the Archangel deck, depending on your stone of choice. So I'm just shuffling off camera here, but I'm going to kind of turn away because I don't want to see what's on the bottom in the camera. So I'm shuffling, and for those of you that chose the mahogany obsidian, and I'm just trying to look partially to see what card is jumping out at me, mahogany obsidian people, and this one's actually standing up. Sensitivity, Archangel Haniel, and she's the archangel that helps us with our psychic abilities and helps us with our healing abilities. And it says at the bottom, Archangel Haniel, you are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. Remember, we're in Scorpio season. Scorpio makes people a lot more empathic. We feel the energies. And for those of you that are already empathic and already clairsentient, it's just going to increase that even more. But again, for all of us are going to become a lot more sensitive to situations, circumstances, relationships, the people within our lives, and the energies that they're putting out. And Archangel Haniel is helping us to move through those energies, helping us tap into all of our clairvoyant, clairaudient, clairsentient, claircognizant, and healing abilities, and to understand them a little bit better. Look, she's in this beautiful garden. We think about the intensity of Scorpio, but she's in this beautiful garden with all these flowers, and she's playing a harp, and so really it's about being around people and circumstances and or focusing on energies or situations around us that bring beauty and peace to our hearts. Because if we're going to be more sensitive and more empathic, you want to surround yourself with the highest vibrations necessary in our circumstances, situations, people, within your own mind, thoughts, and belief systems. So surround yourself with beauty. Do things that bring you out in nature. Listen to beautiful, soothing music. All of these things can help us as we're moving through this heightened sensitivity energy right now. Okay. For those of you that chose the lapis lazuli, let's give this a little shuffle. Lapis lazuli people. I don't know why I'm singing. Okay, I'm glad I'm singing. Okay, not seeing the card jump out at me yet, so we're just going to shuffle a little bit more. We're asking our archangels to show me the card, and they're saying, this one. Moon cycles, okay? Moon cycles, Archangel Haniel, okay? So we have Archangel Haniel again. Now, Archangel Haniel does relate to the moon cycles. We do have that full moon in Aries. It's connecting to Pluto and Jupiter, powerful full moon. Then we have that new moon in Scorpio, which is going to be powerful in and of its own right. So I think that you all need to really pay attention to those time periods where we have the full moon and the new moon. Perhaps you want to do a releasing ceremony after the full moon. Perhaps you want to do an initiation ceremony at the new moon. You definitely want to do some sort of prayer or intention, lighting a candle, going out in nature, whatever it is that you feel called to do during those moon cycles. The message at the bottom, notice how the moon affects your energy and manifestations, and capitalize upon these cycles. So again, we have a reference to manifestation energy. Remember, master number 22, the month of October relates to master number 22, the master manifester, the master builder. Here to build something very powerful, very big, with a solid foundation, here to manifest great things. So manifest great and positive things in this month of October, and perhaps use those moon cycles of the full and then new moon to help you to do so. And also, again, you might be more emotionally sensitive around the full moon and the new moon is what I'm getting as well. All right, so for those of you that chose the selenite, it was the selenite. Okay, selenite people. All right, selenite. Archangels, okay. This one's calling my attention for selenite. Ooh, there's that patience word. Patience with Archangel Jophiel. And it says, your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize. I love that phrase. Your dreams are blooming more rapidly than you realize, but still they need nurturing and patience. So whatever it is you're intending, whatever it is you're working on or towards, whether it be a work or career situation, a money or financial increase situation, a relationship situation, a family situation, projects that you're working on, have patience. Keep on keeping on, you know, stay determined, stay focused, take things step by step. Archangel Jophiel is watering something here. She's watering the plants, she's watering the flowers. So she's tending to and nurturing these things, these projects, these situations that she wants to manifest and grow. Okay, so a little bit more patience is needed for you. Perhaps as we move into Sagittarius season, which is the next sign of the zodiac, things will start manifesting more rapidly. Okay, Scorpio maybe is a little bit more of the gestation period. It's not necessarily a gestation period type of sign, but Scorpio is water, right? Sagittarius is fire. And then the sign after that, Capricorn is earth. Capricorn, earth, that's usually when, you know, more manifestation types of things happen. But even with Sagittarius fire, things can start happening more quickly and we're juggling things and a lot of things are going on. But right now we're in the deep waters of Scorpio. So just be a little bit more patient, but know again that your dreams are manifesting. And again, more rapidly than you even realize. So, okay, I hope you've all liked this monthly angel card reading. Thank you so much for tuning in, subscribing to the channel, for sharing the videos, commenting on the videos, sending your love and light to me. I really appreciate it. It helps to sustain me as well when I feel that love and read your positive comments. Thank you for all of you that follow me on my 2 Facebook pages, that visit my newly developed website, that have signed up for my new newsletter that I'm sending out every month. If there's anything else, I can't remember what it is, but thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate each and every one of you. I send you much empowerment this month, much positive transformation this month, many blessings, and much angel love and light. So peace to all of you. Namaste.